Some of you might remember from a previous video of getting a lighter and putting a lanyard on it. Did it with just tape and that. Well, I'll show you how to make something slightly better this time. A lever holder for the lighter. Similar thing, goes around your neck, but your lighter can come out of it if need be. And because it's laced, if you do it slightly smaller than the lighter, it will fit tighter, and you can undo the lacing and fit thicker or wider lighters in it as well. See, if you do this with just a sewn one, the only one size of lighter is going to fit in it. But if you've got a bigger lighter, you should be able to undo the lacing, put it in, and then do your lacing back up again. Really simple, easy to make. Goes around your neck. So all you're going to need is a piece of leather. This is about 2 mil thick, I believe. You probably don't need nothing too heavy duty for this. A pair of scissors or a Stanley knife, that's to cut your leather. Some sort of hole punch, and then a piece of string. Now I've got one of these type of hole punches. This is a really cheap one. Can get better ones, and I'd say personally, if you're going to use it a lot, get a better one than this. This is about £3. It's an Amtech one. It works, you know, I'm not going to say it doesn't work, but I'm sure better ones, you know, more expensive ones do work better. Or you can get the hole punches, which you hammer. I've got some somewhere, but they're not in here. But you hammer your hole. I'll give you some dimensions for this, and this would fit. This is just your normal kind of disposable lighter. On this it says this Bull brand. It's a normal disposable lighter. This size I'm going to tell you should fit it. Right, the measurements are, this goes slightly tapered. I don't know if you can see this. Because if you look carefully at these lighters, these do taper down slightly. They're slightly wider and taper down only a little bit. So I've got the whole thing, the length of it is 58mm. And the width at the top is 78mm, and the width at the bottom is 75mm. Now how many holes you put is up to you. I've got 4 each side. That's entirely up to you. They're probably about, I wouldn't say 10 mil, maybe 8 or 9 mil in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've already put the template on this, so I'm going to cut this out. This is thick enough to cut with a pair of scissors. So now with my hole punch, to be honest, you can roughly just do whatever you want to do, I suppose, as long as you've got the measurements to that right. on these type of hole punch, I'm going to use the second biggest hole down, or the second biggest punch down. I'm not sure what size that is. It could be 5mm, maybe 4mm. So I'm just going to now start punching these holes. That's one side done. See how easy this is. See, sometimes I find that these hole punches seem to get clogged. It doesn't want to push. Because these get full up with, I'll show you, what you cut off stays in here. See it in there? And you see that one's empty. Seems to get full up loads and doesn't want to push it through. So sometimes I get a needle and push them through, or if that doesn't work, I sometimes go down to a different size. Make the holes of this one. And then go back to the right size and just go over it again, widening the holes. Just putting that on, holding it tight and turning it. Make sure it cuts it all off. Well, that's got the holes in it now. Now all you've got to do is do the lacing. Now this again, how you do the lacing is up to you, but I like to do it a certain way, and that is this. Take one, put it through, and pull it right up. Now this one, I'll zoom in a bit. So that's gone through there. It's gone through like that. Now this one comes over and through this one. To be honest, this is how I do my laces on my boots. And through the next one. and around through that one, through the next one, and around through to the last one, and then you got one left here, and this one goes through there. So the one that went from the bottom goes the opposite side, the top one. Now get your lighter, put it in there, and what you do, pull that bottom one, and then these, you can individually tighten these. And what you want to do is just, to be honest, don't fit, you know, this is long enough. I'll just do, I guess what you call an overhand knot. Depends how thick your string is. Get this as tight as you can get it. And that's how to make a nice simple holder for your lighter. And the way I've laced it is so the lighter will be tipped down on this one, because this must have been the narrower point coming down to the wider point. So just lace it up the other way if you want it round the other way. There it is there. Take it off when you need it. So just a couple of points I was going to say is this. So you could probably get away with just doing this 75mm. See where on the thing I've done it 78, 75. If you did the whole thing 75, 75 and 58mm long, that would work perfect. No need to complicate things, you don't have to do it 78, 75. Do as many holes as you want. If you want to do more holes than that, you could. And the narrower you make it and you think it doesn't fit, all you got to do is undo your knot, loosen your lacing, put your lighter or whatever it is in, then pull it tight. It might have a little bit of a gap, but that'll still work right. And also you could probably make something like this for different things. You might be able to make a bigger, wider one for putting on a knife sheath, a small knife, for like a neck sheath, you know, neck knife. Alright, so anyway, that's a simple bit of leather work. Cheers for watching, I'll see you later.